Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. All right, we have a really fun episode today. We're going to be reviewing Amazing Spider-Man number 10 with the Axe tie-in, the Axe Judgment Day tie-in. and yeah, Gwen does show up. Kind, we'll see. Well, as always, we got a couple things to cover before we get completely dived into the issue. First off, I want to let you guys know we're going to be giving this book away when we hit 500 subscribers. It's a Silver Cerberus number 1. All you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel, and that'll give you a chance to win. When we hit 500 subscribers, we'll be raffling the book off. I'll put a video up to notify the winner. All right, guys. I do also want to let you guys know today that tomorrow it will be the last day to buy the $50 Jacob Comics first ever mystery box. As I've been saying, I really want to thank the community for the support that I've gotten in this. As of the filming of this, there are currently 6 mystery boxes left with 24 sold. So I'm super happy about that. And on Friday, we'll be doing a last minute claim sale on any mystery boxes. Along with, if you claim a mystery box in my live, I'll be doing a lot of really great deals on slabs and other stuff. Come check it out. Help me to sell out of the mystery boxes. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for the mystery boxes. If you decide to show up and check my IG live show out, and yeah, the link for my IG account is down below. All right, guys, a couple other things. First off, I want to let you guys know we're going to be going heavy into spoilers for Amazing Spider-Man number 10. So if you don't want to be spoiled for the issue, that's your warning. Next off, we got to shout out the creative team, because without the creative team, we wouldn't have a comic book, right, guys? So first up, we have Zeb Wells is the writer. Nick Dragotta is the guest artist. The colors are done by Marcio Menez, and the letters are done by VC's Joe Caramagna. Now there is a foreword here. I'll go ahead and read that. It says Peter Parker has the proportional speed, strength, and agility of a spider, adhesive fingertips and toes, and the unique precognitive awareness of danger called spider sense. After the tragic death of his Uncle Ben, Peter Parker understood that with great power also comes great responsibility. He became the crime-fighting superhero called the Amazing Spider-Man. 6 months ago, Peter Parker did something, and now he has to live with the consequences. His debts have racked up. He's burned bridges with most of his friends, and MJ has moved on from him. But he's starting to build himself back up, doing good work as Spider-Man and taking a job at Oscorp alongside intern Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, although she and Peter don't know each other's identities. The Eternals and the X-Men don't care about Peter's progress. They're at war, and despite the Avengers' efforts to cause a ceasefire, it's now Peter's and the rest of the world's problem. The ancient celestial, the progenitor, has been revived and has given all of humanity 24 hours to justify their existence. Peter's judge is his long-dead girlfriend, Gwen Stacy, who died at the hands of the Green Goblin. And as we start, we kind of see the news, talks a little bit about it, and Peter's watching the news. He's talking to one of his friends, Iron Man, and Iron Man basically explains to him that, yep, what the news told you is legit, everyone's being judged. And at the same time we see, he looks up, and who shows up but Gwen Stacy. This really awesome full-page art right there. And so Gwen shows up, right? Now a little bit later in the same day, Peter's still at his apartment, but one of his friends shows up and is like, "You're supposed to help me come get fit for a tuxedo." And Peter's like, "Really, today?" And he's like, "My girlfriend doesn't believe in all this celestial nonsense if I don't get the tuxedo today, because he's getting married. And so Peter's like, I guess I did promise. So off they go, and he's getting suited up. And there's kind of the writing's really funny in this, honestly, guys. There's kind of a little comment here about how the tailor's like, maybe doing an honest day's work in bizarre circumstances really floats its boat, as far as like whether that might, allow him to get the thumbs up from the progenitor. And Peter decides, after he's helped his friend get a suit, that maybe he should do some kind deeds as well. So he shows up to Aunt May's house, helps her with her sink, and sits down and has some tea, talks with her and everything. And he's making sure she's okay. And we see kind of from Aunt May's perspective that actually Uncle Ben is visiting with her, and who's kind of spending the day watching her, and so she's actually really happy because she gets to spend the day with Uncle Ben. And so she's having a good day, and he's like, okay. So he goes to the office where we all know who works there is J. Jonah Jameson. And as soon as he walks in, Jonah says, Peter, my boy, thanks for coming. I was thinking today would be a great day to deeply apologize for all those nasty, nasty things I said to you over the years. It was in no way an indicator of my moral worth as a person. And Peter says, so you heard about the 24 hours of judgment? And Jonah replies, I should also apologize for all that Spider Slayer stuff. If I haven't, that was just inappropriate. And the Scorpion? All those abuses of power as mayor? Sorry. I apologize before God and everyone, celestial gods especially. Peter says, Jonah. And all of a sudden his phone starts ringing. And Jonah says, I've got to take that. He answers the phone and says, hello, Robbie? Thanks for returning my call. Hey, just looking to have a casual conversation and deeply apologize for everything bad I've ever done. And he tries to cut him off by saying, Jonah, as he continues the phone call, well, there were many years where you were grossly underpaid. I'll just start there. Then there were the outbursts. Oop, I've got another call. Probably my ex-wife or son. Look, I'm willing to apologize to anyone I've wronged in the last 50 years, so if you can think of anyone. As Peter starts to cut him off, Jonah! J. Jonah says, What? And Peter says, you're a good guy. You always did what you thought was right at the time, even if you went about it in terrible ways. And for all those times, what you thought was right hurt me. I forgive you. And Jonah looks at him, really? And Peter says, yep. And he says, thank you, Peter. And could you just say it a little louder and maybe to the North Pole? As Peter leaves, and we see Peter on the rooftop, and he kind of remarks to Gwen Stacy, he's not coming. I don't know why I still try. Ben used to come here to think. I mean, I did too. One of the many things we had in common, him being my clone and all. I know he's missing, probably worse, but I can't shake the feeling that one day I'll swing by and he'll just be here, and maybe I can help him. We should go. I'm wasting time. As we see, he leaves there, not finding Ben Reilly, only to find Miles Morales, and he ends up kind of helping Miles Morales defeat a criminal. And at the end, he says, I just wanted to tell you how proud I am of you, to share this job with you, this name. And Miles turns and says to him, oh, hey, you too, man, you too. And then he goes back home, and he goes to take a nap, and he's kind of like, Gwen Stacy's just looking at him, and it makes him a little creeped out. But he's trying to take a nap. But instead, he gets interrupted by a phone call, and it is Kamala Khan saying, you've got to come to work right now. And he's like, right now? He tries to get out of it, but decides, his excuse of having a fever probably is going to make Gwen Stacy upset with him and he'll fail his trial. So he decides he's going to go ahead and go down to work, where I'm sure he's afraid he might run into Norman Osborn. Well, what do you know? Who shows up but Norman? And Peter kind of has an outburst about it because Gwen Stacy's looking at him with the crazy eyes, right? And he says, Norman, I said leave now. And so Norman leaves. And he says, of course, if you feel that strongly, then you're not ready. I understand. I'll be in my office. And at this point, from the outburst, Gwen leaves. And Peter's like, Gwen, I can explain. No, don't go. Stop. And we see from Kamala's perspective, her trial is being ran by Miss Marvel, and she turns to Miss Marvel and says, told you he was weird. You saw me being nice to him, right? And so Peter's running after Gwen, and he goes, wait, please. And so she stops and gives him an opportunity to explain himself. And he says, I know you're upset. I'm working for Norman, and I understand. But I know you're not Gwen. Not really. I'd feel it if you were. You're something else. Maybe my memories of her. Maybe this Celestial knew how I often ask myself what Gwen would think of me, and how I've lived my life since she died. Either way, I want to explain myself to you, to her. I lost someone I loved a while back. I wanted to do everything I could to get her back. Not everyone agreed with my tactics. In fact, no one did. I couldn't find anyone to help, anyone except Norman. He helped me, and no, it didn't work out the way I wanted, but he tried. And now he's gotten a chance at a fresh start. And he's trying to be a good man. The way I see it, it's my responsibility to help him. It's my responsibility to keep him from becoming the man who killed you. Don't you understand? I'm doing this because I still love you. As he realizes what he says and says, oh wow. And she flies up in the air and power starts coming out of her hands and stuff, and she says, I see your heart, Peter Parker. I see that it is full, open, and alive. I see it shines so brightly it baffles you, and baffles the mind of man. And so I judge you worthy. And so receive my gift, as who appears but Gwen. And she says, what is, as she turns to look and says, Peter. And Peter's like, he says, Gwen, it's you? I can see. She says, where have I been? I've been somewhere for a long time. And he says, yeah. She says, what happened to you, Peter? You're older. And he starts welling up with tears. And she says, yeah. He says, yeah, I am. Gwen, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to you. She says, me neither. Except, I sure have missed you. And he says, I sure have missed you too. And check that out. They're both teary-eyed. The artwork gets you a little emotional, and then just as you're hitting that emotional peak, she says, I'm leaving, Peter. He says he just wanted to give us a moment to see that beautiful heart of yours open. And Peter cries and says, Gwen, as she leaves, and he goes, huh, what a day. And from behind, we see that Norman was watching this whole situation. And he says, Gwen? he was talking to her. She was real. She was real. And then we see that the Green Goblin personality may still be in there, because then he pulls himself together and actually says, "Stop it, Norman. Pull it together. You're fine. Everything is fine." As we see that his trial is being ran by Gwen Stacy as well. And it says, "To be continued." Um, and yeah, just jump right into my thoughts on this. Honestly, it's the best one of the tie-in issues that I've read. A lot of them have been a little bit like, the progenitor comes and and judges you worthy or not worthy, and some people have kind of taken that as a little bit of a joke and to write it funny, and others have chosen to take it a little more seriously, but none as seriously as this. This was actually a deeply heartfelt, emotional issue, especially if you know that, if you are a longtime Spider-Man fan and you know the story of Gwen Stacy and everything. I gotta give Wells the respect on this one, man. Very well written tie-in issue, that ever so slightly advances the plot a little bit, at least with what's going on with Norman. We didn't get anything from Mary Jane, so that is curious. But I can kind of understand why Peter feels this way for the one that got away, if you will, and the way that she got away was kind of his fault, and she died. And so, it's one of the most tragic stories in comic books, right, guys? That they killed a character and kept at least this version of her in the 616 universe. She's still not alive. So yeah, man, and the artwork too. The guest artist Dragotta, definitely enjoyed it. And he drew some emotional faces there at the end it was kind of tugging on my heartstrings when I read it, guys. See, that's what I have. I give Amazing Spider-Man 10 a thumbs up. I still think this is a really good run by Wells so far, guys. That's just, it's a little weird, and we still don't know what's going on 10 issues in, but something about it has got me interested to keep buying the next one. Yep. So that's what I have today, guys. Amazing Spider-Man gets a thumbs up. We'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, check me out on IG, and especially right now, we got tomorrow's going to be the last day to purchase the first ever Jacob Comics exclusive mystery box. Check out the little promo after. And maybe come check my show out tomorrow night, guys. I should, if you're wondering what time, I should definitely be on by 7 p.m. Central, if not a little bit earlier. All right, see you tomorrow, and have a great day. Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. All right, I'm really happy and excited to share this with the community. So what we have here, what are we looking at? It's my first ever mystery box. It's DC and Marvel only, number ones only. So it's all going to be all number one issues, all DC, all Marvel. They're going to be a guaranteed value of $60 on every single mystery box. There are only 30 boxes total. And all I'm asking, guys, is $50 shipped. So $50 shipped, and I'll guarantee you'll get $60 in value in number one Marvel and DC only. And yep, there's also going to be 5 grand prize winners, and the 5 grand prize winners or mini prize winners are going to get $100 in value mystery prize box. So they're going to be 5 boxes valued at $100, and then there's going to be a grand prize winner, guys. And the grand prize winner is going to win this friendly neighborhood Spider-Man number 1 slab. in a 9.8 of the Delato Virgin Edition Scorpion Comics limited print. And additionally, not only are you going to get the slab, but you're also going to get a $60 mystery box as well. So you'll get to open up a mystery box full of #1 issues just like everybody else, and you'll get this cool slab. So that's the grand prize winner gets the slab and a $60 value mystery box. And then there's going to be 5 mystery boxes, mini prize winners valued at $100. And then, yep, only 30 boxes total. So I'm asking for the community's help and support on this one. If you guys could help me out and help me to sell out of the 30 boxes, that'd be super amazing. And yep, these are some of the books that you'll see in the mystery box in the #1 only Jacob Comics first ever exclusive mystery box. All right, guys, and the best way to find out how to purchase them is to get a hold of me on Instagram at Jacob_comic. So it's the same as my YouTube, but without the S on the end. And again, I really appreciate the community's support and helping me spread the word about this mystery box. I thank you very much in advance. And yep, we'll see you guys tomorrow as always, and have a great day, okay?